Hey guys, how's it going? Ches back again and welcome to race number 7, episode number 6 of this F1 2015 Championship with Kimi Raikkonen. If you enjoyed today's episode, as always, make sure you hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any more of this series or of course the upcoming F1 2016 content when that game comes out literally within the next couple of weeks. So very, very excited about that game. I'm going to be doing so much on it on Twitch at the very least, and that footage of course will be edited down into highlights here on this channel the same way that this one is. Of course, if you enjoy the content, then do make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. If you want to check my Twitter or Twitch so you can stay bang up to date with everything else that goes on with me, then there are links in the description down below. But I'll leave you with the Canadian Grand Prix at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve in Montreal. Hopefully, we can do slightly better than we did last time in Monaco. So we're starting from pole ahead of fellow Finn Valtteri Bottas, but the Mercedes and my teammate Seb Vettel will surely come flying through the pack. Absolutely flying through the pack once the race gets underway. 2, 3, 4, 5, go! Oh wow, the Williams on my right, Valtteri Bottas, is lightning off the line. He's done a Seb Vettel. Sebastian Vettel did that in real life, absolutely flew off the start line and overtook both Mercedes and the Williams. Look at Lewis is up to third already. He's flown off the line. Bottas and Lewis Hamilton absolutely destroying everybody else off the line. Lewis has gone from like 6th up to 3rd, and Valtteri's gone around the outside of me, and now we're coming under pressure from Lewis behind us. Obviously we're driving with a car that's full of fuel now, so it's going to be a lot more difficult to try and fly around these fast corners, but I'm just going to switch immediately into Rich just to try and keep hold of Valtteri and stay ahead of Lewis, who's directly behind me. I can't believe how quick Valtteri was off the line, nor can I believe how fast Lewis was off the line either. That's absolute madness. He wants to go to lap 30 on this opening set of tyres, but I am pretty certain that I'm not going to be able to make them last that long. We might be able to make it to like lap 22 or 3, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to two-stop this Grand Prix. We will get overtaken here, I'm almost certain, by Lewis Hamilton down this straight. I will go defensive into this chicane. I'm not going to have much choice, although Lewis hasn't really threatened me that much. Oh, I had to go defensive, which means we'll be slow out, but we will at least stay ahead of Lewis. Okay, well, a decent lap one. Bottas still holding on to P1, but we are comfortably holding Lewis behind us right now. That's really going to affect us. We've got a lot of cars behind us. We're holding up a large percentage of the top 10 here, if not more than that, but I don't care. As long as they're behind me, and that's all that matters as far as I'm concerned. Oh, was it these two? Was that Williams going slowly? Oh, it's Massa. Look, he's got a puncture. But as Massa comes round here, watch his front left tyre. You can see his front left as they're coming into turn 6, I think this is. His front left, if he gets a puncture there, it just starts to deflate. That's where the yellow flag comes from. And then he's going to be so slow on the apex of all those corners, and everyone behind him is just going to get held up. That's what the yellow card was for. I keep saying yellow card. Tell I'm a FIFA YouTuber, can't you? That's what the yellow flag was for, and that's actually going to give us a little bit of breathing room to those behind us, other than Lewis, who's still stuck right behind me. Just for this straight. I'm trying my best to stay ahead of Lewis. You can see him closing on me though. He's going to go for it around on the inside. He's past me. I'm going to have to give him the racing line. And he'll probably have DRS down here as well, won't he? Yep, so he's going to pull away from me. I'll try and get any slipstream, and maybe we'll stand a chance of getting him back into T1. Come here, Lewis. I've got DRS on you. We'll close the gap here, but whether we might be able to get him into turn 1, I'm not sure. The gap is closing rapidly. I'm still just slightly too far behind to risk it, but if we can just power out here, get a good run on him, maybe we can go into turn 1. Well, we've got the pace on him. We're going to go for Lewis into T1. I'm going to come around the outside of him, though. He's forced me off the track, but we have the inside line for turn 2. I need good traction. I've not got it. My rear tyres are going off already. This lap. No. I'm dive bombing it. Is it going to work? Oh, he's turned into me. Lewis turned into me there. That is 100% his fault. He came across the curb at me. We'll give you a replay. Came over the curb at me and just spun me out. Pretty sure I gave him enough racing room there. Let's pause, change camera. See, he's run off the track there, so he surely, when he can see by the FIA rules, if he can see that he's not going to make the corner, which he's not, he should then give up at that point and go off the other side of the orange bump, the orange sausage curb. He can tell he's not going to make the corner, so he's going to have to go over there and go between the orange sausage curb and the pit wall to get back on the track. But, I mean, he's got plenty of room there for me. He's got plenty of room, but he's just come straight across the corner. He can't even turn properly, and he's just run straight into me. I've spun round. He's driven off. Our teammates bumped into us. And that's going to ruin our tyres. And Valtteri's disappeared. That's Lewis's fault, I'm afraid. But what can you do? Racing incident, these things happen. I'm going to try and take my teammate into turn 1. He's giving me lots of room, but he's got the inside line. I'm trying... Whoa, that was great driving from Lewis. And now the other Mercedes is at it. Nico Rosberg tried to dive up a gap that wasn't there. And Seb Vettel is going to get away from me now. The Mercedes drivers are on one right now. So Lewis trying the undercut now that he's been taken by Sebastian Vettel. Seb's in the pits as well, so we're pitting the same lap as our teammate. So Seb's in the pits as well. We should get there just after he pulls out. There you go, we're double stacking. Sebastian Vettel pulls out and we should pull in. And we're going to switch to a set of primes. The slower tyre, as Lewis sets the fastest lap of the race as he did the undercut. It's a 3.9 second stop though. It's a very long stop from our pit crew. I'm pretty disappointed with that. That'll be what, the Manor unlapping himself from us? Yes, it is. And we're now basically trying to catch as much time up on Seb Vettel as possible. So I'll switch to Rich. So Bottas is now down to 3rd. So by going longer, Valtteri Bottas has actually cost himself 2 places. This time I won't break into the pit. I'll just drive full pelt and it will slow me down. Ready? Boop. This is the highest possible difficulty setting, madam. We are 2.4 seconds stop this time around. Much, much quicker. Much, much quicker. Right then, what is the gap to Valtteri? That's the most important thing I want to know now. It says 20 seconds there, but I bet it's going to be a little bit more than that. Switch back to Rich. I'll wait to see what the gap says next time we go through. Operation Steal Valtteri Bottas's podium is well underway. Okay, someone's going slowly here. It's a Manor who is in the wall. Why is Will Stevens just in the wall? What's happened there? I think Will Stevens has a rear right puncture, look. You can see there. And he's just in the wall waiting for people to drive past him. And then he's just parked across the middle of the track for no valid reason whatsoever. Then driven into the wall, and he's still just sat there waiting. Well, that was very strange. What is the gap? It'll come up top left when we go through the sector. 13.7. We took a full second out of him that lap. That's much better. If we take a second out of him each lap between now and the end, we will be in with a chance of overtaking him into the final chicane on the last lap. There you go. There is a very slow-moving car up here, and is that I think this is Valtteri Bottas. Has he had an impact with a back marker? I think he may have done. It's either Bottas or Massa, and it's not Bottas. So he's had another puncture. He's had another puncture. Wow. Felipe Massa has a puncture on lap 1. And now a puncture at the end of the race as well. That's so unfortunate. For some reason, the AI are pitting again. Unless Seb has damage, in which case, that's fair enough. But the AI shouldn't have to pit a 3rd time. But this is going to put us in 3rd. We are now into a podium position because we've overtaken teammate Sebastian Vettel as he's had to pit. I'm not sure what he's had to pit for. Whether he's had to pit for because his tyres are off or because he had damage, I'm not sure. But we are now running in a podium position once again. And still trying to close Valtteri Bottas. That was the fastest first sector that anyone has put in all race. We are on it. Gap is 6.6 seconds. Valtteri getting slowed up by traffic. But as we come round this corner here, look for the white car. There you go, the white car going into turn 2. That's the one we're chasing. It's now 6 seconds with 6 laps to go. 4.5 seconds the gap. 4.5. This is awkward. This is really awkward. We've done it. That was a moving chicane there. The gap is 4 seconds to Valtteri Bottas with 5 laps to go. Tyres, please don't go on me yet. Oh, I can feel my rear tyres starting to go. Not now. Don't let me get this close to P2 and then have my tyres go. This is one of the biggest chase downs we've ever had on stream. When we pit on lap 49, or when we came out of the pits after lap 49 on lap 50, the gap was 21 seconds. 17 laps later, we are within a second of him with 3 laps to go. I don't want to do anything rash. We've caught him, but let's not throw it all away by just diving through. I'm actually going to wait. I'm going to be tactical and wait to overtake him, and we'll take him down the straight with DRS. Rather than letting him get DRS on me, I'll get DRS on him. Hopefully we'll overtake him on this straight, and then I'll disappear down the road on the pit straight. You're inside, Valtteri. Don't do what Lewis did, please. He hasn't. We're in P2. We've done it, boys. From 21 seconds behind, we have caught Valtteri Bottas, and we are now in P2. The gap to Lewis is 22 seconds, so that is not going to change at all. That is insurmountable, 22 seconds, but we are into P2, boys. That is probably the biggest chase down in my Formula 1 gaming history. 22 seconds in the final stint. There we go, confirmation. Lewis Hamilton has won the Canadian Grand Prix, which he's done 4 times now in real life, maybe even 5. The game for some reason wants me to pit. That's definitely not going to happen. It actually wanted me to pit on lap 69. Get screwed. A P2 finish at the Canadian Grand Prix for us as Kimi Raikkonen. I'm pleased with that after getting spun by Lewis Hamilton, who eventually won the race, may we point out. We are going to finish in P2 with Kimi ahead of Valtteri Bottas in P3, who gave it his absolute best, was in P1 for a long time at the beginning of the race, but couldn't make his tyres last, and we are able to pick up another podium finish for the season. That's going to move us closer to Rosberg and closer to Vettel, but Lewis is going to extend his lead at the top of the table. So I'm not sure what the driver's standings will look like now. We may jump above Seb and or Nico Rosberg, depending on where they finished. Seb finished 4th, Nico finished 5th. So I'm not sure what the driver's standings looks like. Lewis, Kimi, Valtteri at the top 3, Vettel, Rosberg, Perez, Max Verstappen, Carlos Sainz, Pastor Maldonado and Marcus Ericsson in the Sauber round out the top 10. Nico, Nasser, Button, Alonso, Meri and Massa are the rest, and Massa, despite 2 punctures unfortunately for him, was able to finish the race, but we had 4 DNFs, both Red Bulls, Robin Grosjean on his Lotus and Will Stevens in his Manor. We are not moving up in the driver's standings whatsoever. However, we are only a point behind both Nico and Seb. So we could not be closer, really, to 2nd and 3rd. Lewis, however, is more than a race victory ahead of all of us. 25 points for a race victory, of course, and he is now ahead by 28 points from Nico and Seb and 29 from me. Never mind, that is going to take us to the end of today's one. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed and subscribe to the channel too if you're watching on YouTube.